Hey everyone, it's Joanna here from Inspired by Stamping, and today I have a quick tutorial on how to create these gorgeous little watercolor distress sleeves with our Tree of Seasons stamp set here. So we're going to use this beautiful tree, and we're also going to be grabbing our Happy Birthday from our Autumn Blessings. So we're going to grab our mini Misty first, and we're just going to place our cardstock here up against the corners, and we're going to line that tree up beautifully right in the center here. So just press firmly down, and sometimes that cardstock will lift up, and it's a great thing to have that placed against that corner there so you know exactly where to put it again. So just lightly tap some brown ink here and press down lightly, and we're going to put this to the side because we're going to use it again, and I'll show you in just a little bit. So we're just going to grab our lightest ink here, and I forgot to wash this off, so I'm just grabbing some microfiber cloth and just quickly washing it. And just making sure I got all that ink off before I start inking up my cardstock here. So I'm just randomly placing the leaves wherever I would like to here, and they're just going to be my background. So it really doesn't matter exactly where you're going to put them. So I'm going to grab my next color here, and we're using some dried marigold, and I'm just kind of offsetting this just by a little bit, so then we can grab our watercolor brush and we can combine all the colors together to create a beautiful background image. So I'm just using some regular cardstock here. It's nothing special. It's just 110-pound cardstock. And I'm just grabbing my fired brick distress ink here. And I'm just going to, again, just randomly place where I think that it should be kind of offsetting. This is a number 2 watercolor brush. It's a Winsor Newton. And I'm just going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing up close. So we're just going to take a watercolor brush, a very little bit of water on it. We don't want too much water because cardstock doesn't really take or absorb water very well. So we want the brush to be fairly dry, but just a little bit on the tip. And we're just going to blend all 3 of these colors in, and it's going to create us a lovely little watercolor effect here. All 3 colors will blend in beautifully, and you can start to see that it's just really starting to look like watercolor here. So just keep going over on all the leaves here, just kind of blending them all in, and just kind of, working it around, making sure that it's not too wet, and try to avoid getting those branches wet too if you can. So I'm just going to take this spiced marigold, I think it was, a dried marigold, and I'm just going to ink up my plate here, and I'm just going to add around the edges just a little bit more color, and you can see how it's just starting to come to life and it's getting a little bit bolder. So I'm just going around the edges. I'm not getting the entire yellows and oranges, but I'm just kind of hitting around the corners of them, just kind of giving them a little bit of definition here. And just keep going around and keep hitting them as you go. And what we'll do next is we'll grab that fired brick color, and we're also going to put it down on the plate. And I'll just show you what it looks like. It's just sitting right there. Zoom out a little bit and just get your watercolor brush wet just a little bit. And you just want to dab on and add a little bit of definition on the bottom of that red. So you don't want the whole leaf covered with red. You just want to add a little bit of a 3D effect, a little bit of blending. So this would be our darkest color here on those leaves. And just keep going around and around, and you can see how that's just really starting to come to life right now. So simple, and it's so quick. This only takes about 5 minutes to create this beautiful card. So I'm really liking what I have so far. The key here next is to make sure that it's dry. So you can either hit it with a heat gun, or you can just let it dry by air. Because what we're going to do is we're going to stamp again. So we already have that tree, like I said earlier, we already have it in that same position. And so I slid that cardstock over into that corner edge again. So I'm just going to go again one more time, and we're going to press down. And now that tree branches have really come to life, and it's also stamped over the leaves, so it really looks quite beautiful. So now I'm grabbing my Autumn Blessings Happy Birthday, and we're just going to line that up perfectly here, making sure it's nice and straight. And you can see that that just kind of picked up again. New stamps have a tendency to be extra sticky, so it's a really good, make sure that that cardstock is placed down at the bottom corner right there, so you don't have to worry too much about where you have placement or alignment there. So I'm stamping 3 times because I want it to be nice and rich and dark here. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab some peeled paint distress ink, and I use the olive one on the left here, but I'm going to use the peeled paint, and it's a bit darker, and I really just wanted to play with different colors here. So again, just kind of ink it up onto your plate, and dry off. Make sure you don't have too much water again, because that's really the key. If you have too much water, that cardstock's going to buckle and it's not going to look very well. So we want that paintbrush to be pretty dry here. So we're just going to lightly grab that number 2 brush again and just create just little brush strokes and creating a little hill over that happy birthday. It's really important that you put that happy birthday first and then you do the beautiful hill, because then you can have just a perfect mound of grass around your happy birthday sign. So I'm just using some foam dimensionals here, and I'm just going to use 3 of them, making sure that one's in the middle, and just place it and center it up, and then there you go. You have a card. Simple, quick, and very easy. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to check out my online classes and come visit me at my Instagram page and my Facebook page, and make sure to hashtag me, okay? Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.